Well, the California bill that aims to crack down on AI-generated child pornography is making its way through the legislature.
The bill is officially known as AB 1831. We'll talk about what that means with Ventura County District Attorney Erik Nasarenko, co-sponsor of the legislation, joining us this morning. We really appreciate you being here, Erik, because this is such an important bill. It's about really response to the very dangerous convergence we've been talking about, even here locally in Los Angeles County, of AI and child exploitation, something we've seen happen in Beverly Hills and some other LA schools. Are you trying to really get ahead of the technology with this legislation?
Well, good morning. We're actually trying to catch up. The federal government has had a statute on the books that deals with AI-generated, computer-generated child sexual abuse material, but California has not. So the bill introduced by Assemblymember Mark Berman, a Silicon Valley legislator, really catches us up with what the federal government is already doing. It's necessary, it's vital. Children are being exploited, images are being created through AI that are prurient, that are deviant, and that need to be addressed under the law.
Do you find in your role as DA, people are coming to you, asking you for help, and you haven't been able to help them because there hasn't been legislation on the books dealing specifically with this issue?
Great question. We receive cyber tips. We receive information from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Among the information, the tips we receive are items that detail exploitation through computer software. Under California law, we could not file criminal charges in those cases, which is why this bill introduced by Assemblymember Mark Berman and which cleared public safety yesterday is so critical. So yes, to answer your question, there are cases that are brought to Ventura County that we currently, under California law, cannot prosecute. And the reason we can't prosecute it is the law as it exists right now in the books requires a real child. So if you have what we call morphing or adaptation cases where a child's face is imposed upon the body of an adult, we can't prosecute. Similarly, if it's entirely fake or fictitious, we can't prosecute either.
That must be frustrating for you.
Very much so. We want to honor victims. We want to make sure they are heard, that these issues are taken as seriously as they actually are, and we need the law in place in order to do so.
Well, you know, one young victim, Kaylin Heyman, testified, and I find it interesting because what you're talking about is exactly what happened to her. Her face was put over some images that were not her by a Pennsylvania man. You couldn't prosecute that case. She spoke out. I want to first take a listen and then have a question for you.
This is not only affecting children in the public eye, but also normal kids simply existing. These cases also affect one's social life as well as being detrimental to mental health. It truly gives the feeling of being alone. But to all other victims, I am living proof that you are not alone.
She is a child actor. She's somebody who's been in the public eye. I still find it extremely brave that she is speaking out about this. And I can only imagine if you're just an everyday teenager going to high school, how humiliating this type of thing can be. How important is it to hear from victims?
I think it was critical that we heard from her yesterday and that we continue to hear from victims as we move forward. I want to remind everyone this bill still has many steps to go through. So when victims come forward, when they speak out, when they address the omission in the law, good, positive change will happen. Kaylin is a brave, courageous 16-year-old. Her image was superimposed, as you mentioned, on an adult body in the commission of sexual conduct, and that is horrifying. It is shaming, and it was just very important that she lend her voice in this Assembly Public Safety yesterday, and that's exactly what she did. She is making progress so other child survivors are not injured in the way she was.
And this is a situation, like in many situations you deal with sexual assault victims, for example, where it is hard to put a face on this issue. It is hard to get people to speak out publicly. But how important is that to hear from people like this and the emotional toll this has taken on them?
Yeah, great question. In Kaylin's case, there were over 40 victims. Only 3 actually testified. So that underscores what you stated in the question. It is enormously difficult. There is inherent shame. There is embarrassment. And obviously, who wants to go into court and talk about these things? They're just very difficult. So when someone like Kaylin comes forward, she inspires and motivates others to do the same. We as DAs, as prosecutors, need victims to come forward, to testify in court, to share with juries and judges what is happening to them, and really to make progress so that these child predators are put behind bars.
Absolutely. It's so important to normalize the conversation, to let them know they're not alone. We really appreciate the work you're doing and for joining us this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity.